The Brown County District Attorney's Office says it was, quote, ethically obligated, end quote, to dismiss all charges in the sexual assault case of a former mental health nurse. Isur Sharif was facing multiple charges, including sexually assaulting a 13-year-old patient and enticing a 16-year-old patient. Prosecutors say those charges were filed back in April of 2023, and they thought at the time were justified on the evidence they had at the time. However, on Tuesday, May 19th, the state moved to drop all charges. The court granted those requests after the victim made a statement during the trial. In a release to Action 2 News, the Brown County District Attorney's Office said after that testimony, quote, "It became clear that the state could no longer prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. The witness testimony included information that was inconsistent with prior statements, but also included additional previously undisclosed facts that were inconsistent with other irrefutable evidence," end quote. The office says it also remains committed to advocating for victims of sexual abuse, but must also protect defendants' rights and the integrity of the justice system.